Man, this thing is so tough to use. See, I review a lot of action cameras on this channel, but one I've yet to review is a 360-degree camera. And I really want to, because for shots like this, it'll be 1,000 times easier. I don't have to keep like adjusting the angle and then trying to stick it somewhere. Like, I'm trying to get a cool wheel shot. Is this doing it? But then if I want like an overhead shot, I mean, I guess this kind of works. No? I'm trying my best here. And I kind of feel like an imbecile too. All right, let's try to get a good shot. So maybe, how's that? Oh yeah, I feel like that's the money shot. And then the true trick here is to then get camera movement. So if I like slowly pan, oh yeah, I'm sure that's professional. Maybe do an angle like this. But let me know if you guys even like these kinds of shots. I feel like there's a lot of potential if done correctly, and I don't think this is done correctly. You guys might be noticing that I'm still on the folding bike, my self-converted, where's my pocket, 60 volt bike. And I still have it listed for sale, it's just not selling yet. So until it eventually does sell, of course I'm gonna keep riding it. Although I gotta say, it is tempting to just go ahead and buy a Sauron because it is on sale right now. And it's the first time I've ever seen the Sauron on sale. It's $4,200 for the old one, you know, with the smaller battery. But even the new battery one, it's like $4,350 and free shipping. I mean, should I do it? I told myself I wasn't going to buy it until this sold. And I mean, it didn't sell yet. I think the reason why the Sauron is on sale right now is because they're getting ready for the Ultra B. Because we do have the official pricing on that bike, and it's even better than I thought. Ooh. It's only, what is it, $6,500? That's amazing for a 74 volt bike. What's the amp hour? 55 amp hour capacity. It's essentially the upgrade that people always do to the Sauron Light B, but you get it straight out of the box for just $2,000 additional dollars. Now, I was browsing the news this morning, e-bike news of course, and I came across an article saying that Rivian, you guys know Rivian, they're a new electric vehicle company. They make the electric vans that Amazon uses, but they also make the Rivian SUV, like I think it's the T1, and the pickup truck. All of them are super expensive, but apparently the CEO of Rivian wants to get into micro-mobility, aka electric bikes. Because fun fact, here in the US, electric bikes outsell electric cars by quite a wide margin. So for a company that makes super expensive high-end electric vehicles, I can see why they want to break into this market and get their products in the hands of more everyday people. In fact, let's see what the CEO exactly said. So we received hints from Rivian over the past year that the electric truck and SUV maker is bike curious. Oh, that's an interesting way to put it. But now Rivian CEO RJ Scaringe has confirmed in a staff meeting that electric bike development is a go. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any specifics on the upcoming bike, you know, the specifications or anything like that. But the moment we do, I will be covering that. Now, Rivian isn't the only traditional, I guess you'd call it traditional car maker that is moving into the e-bike space. There's two other examples I looked up for this video. One is Jeep. Do you guys know Jeep has an e-bike? And it's actually pretty cool. Like, it's a good bike. It's fat tires, full suspension, mid-drive motor. It looks like a very capable bike from being from Jeep. And I also saw that Hummer, yes, Hummer has an e-bike. This is a dual hub motor system, so it's all-wheel drive. I think they wanted to make it similar to their Hummer EV, how that thing is an off-road beast. It's all-wheel drive. So for their bike, they made it all-wheel drive. It's also fat tire, but no rear suspension. And whenever I look at a bike that doesn't have rear suspension, my back kind of just hurts a little bit. But yeah, I mean, those are some comparables of car companies making electric bikes. Jeep and Hummer. And they're by no means the only companies doing this. I think Porsche also has a cool looking bike. E-bike, of course, that is. So let's see what Rivian does. If I had to guess, something about the Rivian bike is going to be unique. It could just be the aesthetics. Maybe they'll do something fancy with the battery. Because after all, unlike Jeep and Hummer, this is an EV first company. So they might want to show off their technology via this bike that's going to be more accessible to a wider audience. Now, in other news, you guys know that I want to do van life on this channel. And ideally, I'd like to stick to my brand of electrification and be the very first van life channel on YouTube. That's the dream. The big hurdles here are that electric vans are super expensive and there's literally one option on the market right now. I've been waiting for another EV startup called Canoe to come out with their van. Looks really cool. They have a delivery model, and that's the one I'm kind of eyeing up. It has a battery capacity of 80 kilowatt hours. Pretty good. You know, not a huge battery, but I'd say big enough to do van life, aka travel long distances. The range should be, it's quoted at 200 miles. Again, not industry leading, but yeah, I could work with that. But it looks like this company is never going to deliver a product, unfortunately. So I decided to stop holding my breath for them. I do have a pre-order with them. I'm going to keep it active, but I'm moving on. So the only other realistic electric van in the market is the e-Transit. And this is kind of the exact opposite of the Canoe van. So you can hardly even tell that this is electric. All they did was they took a traditional transit cargo van, same chassis, same components, which has its advantages, and they swapped out the gas tank, the engine for batteries and a motor. Makes a lot of sense. It is expensive, $50,000 base. You do have the $7,500 EV tax credit, which I think also applies to e-bikes now. Not quite $7,500, but there's a lot of incentives these days for EVs of all shapes and sizes. But anyway, this van, it's not crazy, so it's easy to work on. It's electric, but the problem is the battery capacity is only 68 kilowatt hours, or kilowatts. So that's kind of tough. That is kind of tough. So the range of this is only like 130 miles. And for van life, I was looking at the charging infrastructure on a map, like around Moab and different areas like that people tend to go with the van life. And yeah, there's kind of huge gaps out there with more than well over 100 miles between chargers. So I mean, it's probably still doable. You know, a lot of areas do have good charging infrastructure, but one thing's for sure, it will definitely make for good YouTube content, showing you guys my van life adventures, trying to not die in the middle of nowhere, going from charger to charger. Also, I think having an e-bike with me in the van would have distinct tactical advantages. Also, the e-Transit and most electric vehicles have outlets in them. So I think to charge the e-bike in the van, I can do it at the same time. I would plug the bike into the van and then plug the van into the EV charger and then charge both at the same time. So there's pretty cool advantages of doing this all electric. So that's what I've been researching lately, and I'm fully enthralled in this. If you guys have any thoughts, definitely let me know in the comments. But I think it's possible to do e-van life, and I could be the first to do it with an e-bike. All electric all the time. That's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you guys know we always appreciate a like, subscribe to the channel. The channel has been growing a lot lately because I made a video a couple months ago about GoPro, being a terrible company, and it kind of went viral. It's at like 2 million views now, so we have a bunch of new people from that. If you're new to the channel, hi, thanks for subscribing, give me a chance. We do a lot of bike videos, but also just tech in general. As we were just talking about, electric vans. But there's also going to be other prominently featured tech like Starlink. That's going to be a must-have for traveling around the backcountry in an electric RV, or electric van, excuse me. We're also going to buy things like solar generators, which are pretty expensive. So I got to save up for all this stuff. But hopefully it's going to make for some awesome content in the near future. So like I said, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.